Welcome to the podcast with Jake, your host from WeTradeHQ.
What is going on, everyone? This is Jake here from WeTradeHQ on the second episode of the To The Point podcast, where we talk about the latest and greatest stock market finance news and just give our thoughts. I'm joined here with my friend Sam. If you guys watched last episode, Sam actually did a recording last episode.
Yep, that was me.
We had Ben, but Sam is joining me this episode, so say hi there, Sam.
Hey everyone, my name is Sam. I'm the founder of expogain.com. I'm happy to be on the show.
Let's do it. Awesome. All right, so our first news item is Amazon is planning on releasing a video news app on their Fire Stick. So basically, when you watch TV and you watch kind of your local news kind of thing, you know, with cable, they want to do that on their app, basically gaining control from that. And I feel it's putting another nail in the coffin to cable. So they're actually attacking Roku. Roku was the first, platform to do this. They have their own news app, their official Roku app. So Amazon is trying to get into that market. They're seeing lots of money, lots of profitable dollars from their advertising, and they want to expand on that and really just add to their ecosystem. You know, they got Amazon, the e-commerce giant. They got Audible for podcasts. They got the Prime Video service for entertainment, stuff like that. And they have so many more things, and this is just adding to that ecosystem. So I think it's awesome. I think they're trying to take over the world, and they're doing a good job at it. So
you said it first. You know, it's another nail in the coffin for cable. I mean, everyone's talking about what Netflix is going to do to cable, and it's already done what it's going to do, and it's, this is huge. I mean, it's Amazon, and Amazon, if they want to do it, they'll do it. It's at a great time too, where news spreads so fast around the world, and there's so much news to be reported on. Yeah. So
a lot of fake news too.
Yeah, true.
So I don't know if that will be a problem with their platform. Obviously, local news agencies have problems with fake news as well.
Yeah, it'd be interesting to see how they connect with the local news agencies. Are they going to see this as a threat or as an opportunity? I guess it really depends, because there's just so many of them out there. Every other city has 3 different local news channels. So
yeah, exactly. Very exciting for that. And it's actually, sorry, I wanted to mention, it's called Free Dive. That's what they're thinking of calling it, Free Dive, which is interesting. But just wanted to let you guys know that Amazon hasn't officially commented on this. Several news agencies have reported on it from, I guess, insiders or whatever that may be, but it hasn't been official from Amazon yet. They have the money to do it, so if they're going to do it, they're going to do it. We shall see, but I think it's great news for Amazon. So that's our first news item. Second news item, we're going to talk about WoW Air. If you want to take that on there, Sam.
Well, thank you for the introduction. I mean, let's start it off with this. Have you ever asked yourself the question, I'm going on vacation, is there ever going to be a chance where I just can't get back? Well, this question was answered for many people, if they even really asked it. But WoW Air abruptly shut down and stranded all their passengers.
Oh my God.
A couple days ago, I think it was. But it's like That's crazy. You never could imagine that happening in a million years.
I never would have thought that. Any vacation I'd go on, I'd be like, oh, okay, we got there, we're having a good time, having some drinks, whatever, partying. Oh, I can't get back.
Yeah, I mean, in this story, there was one passenger. I don't specifically remember what happened, but she was all ready to go. Like, let's go on vacation. Let's relax. Let's take a load off. Let's take some, let's have some fun. And it turned out hours at the airport just figuring out what the next step was.
Wow.
And she found out on her phone just scrolling through news.
WoW Air ceases operation. Oh crap! I gotta get a new plane ticket.
Yeah.
Oh God.
A couple airlines were offering discount tickets for individuals that could prove that they were on one of those flights or scheduled to be on one of those flights. But it's just insane. Like, they say for some flights it was 20 minutes before the people found out, and they weren't even finding out from WoW Air.
Yeah, and there's I've seen a lot of this has been kind of a buzzword or a buzz topic in the industry. Are these discount flyer programs? We're both from Canada. And there's gotta been like 2 or 3 companies that have popped up, like Swoop and stuff like that are free, like discount flyers. They're save money somehow through their plane. I guess maybe they offer less food or less space, whatever it may be. And it seems like a cool idea at first because people, flying is a commodity now. You just want to find the cheapest option. You don't care who you use, especially if you're a freaking flyer. So this has kind of put a bad taste in people's mouths about that. But
yeah, you make a really good point. I mean, it is a commodity, So anyways, the reason behind this, though, I'm sure you guys want to know. 20 minutes before, why does this happen? So apparently they were seeking some sort of funding for a new purchase of sorts, likely more aircraft or paying more salaries or fuel or whatever it might be. But anyways, the failure to obtain that funding has left them in a position where they have to file for creditor protection.
Wow.
So they're left in a position where they have to go through a court process so that they can obtain creditor protection, which basically allows them to be safe, somewhat safe from their creditors while they figure out what the next steps are going to be.
Yeah. Kind of delay that debt payment.
Exactly. Yeah. So what they're going to do is they'll settle with a basic agreement with their creditors to pay some money, but they have the assets they need right now to move forward with their next steps. So severances, et cetera, et cetera. But one of the really interesting things here is that if you want to get a refund for your flight, you have to wait until the very end when they start a liquidation process of sorts.
Yeah, selling off everything.
If you wanted a refund, a year ago from WOW Airlines, it would be easy. But the situation that we're in right now, it's basically shut everything down.
Wow. Wow to WOW Air,
wow.
Right?
Wow.
Is that right? Wow, that's crazy. I gotta stop saying wow. I've said it like 3 times
Me too.
already. We'll stop on that, but that's our second news item, so very scary there. Let's move on to the third news item. Lyft has officially gone public today. They are currently up 13% from their opening, so that's very exciting. And what I wanted to talk about... Yikes. Okay, we'll stop there. That's 4 times. Google's parent company, Alphabet, has more than doubled its money from their investment from Lyft, from this IPO. So their division of investing, the final investing arm, they're called Capital G under Alphabet. They invested about $500 million into Lyft prior to the IPO. In addition to, they're running Waymo, I believe, their Waymo app, and their cars, but they've invested into Uber and Lyft, and they've made some great profits from that. And I love that, we think of Google as, okay, they make all their money from their search engine and, their AdSense, I think. Yeah, it's AdSense. But a lot of people don't realize how diversified Google is.
It's huge.
They're in so many different industries, AI, advertisements, they got YouTube, that platform, and many, many more under the parent umbrella.
I would call operating as a worldwide business being the ultimate diversification.
Yes, for sure.
To any extent.
So that's very exciting. Currently, I think Lyft opened up at like $72, and it's currently at $81, holding pretty strong. So very excited for the company, and excited for the future for, artificial intelligence driving. Maybe we'll see Uber IPO soon. But we talked about Lyft last week, so just wanted to kind of recap on that one. And that's kind of our third news item. I mess it up many times.
I'm not going to say it.
Don't say it.
That's huge. Many people go their entire lives just trying to double their money. Google went 17 months.
17 months, yeah.
Crazy. So, next news item.
Go ahead.
Brexit. Okay, so I'm sure many of you have, heard a little bit about this, but this whole Brexit situation is, it was, I guess the euphoria of the moment, and everyone just voted for Brexit, a couple of years ago.
And the basis was Britain wants to exit from the European Union, right?
That's exactly it. I don't live there. I don't see precisely why. There's probably a few benefits to being part of the European Union, but that's subject to their opinion.
Mm-hmm.
But what's happening right now is the Prime Minister of Great Britain, Theresa May.
Theresa May, yeah.
Theresa May is she's tabled some proposals, some legislation of sorts, because as part of the exit from the European Union, there has to be some sort of terms. You know, who, governments are responsible for many different things. So who takes on what responsibility once they leave the European Union?
Yeah.
And what has to be taken care of at what point? But anyways, I think it's the second time now they've rejected this plan that was proposed by Theresa May.
She won't stop. She keeps going. Eh?
Yeah, and some individuals are calling for her resignation. I think she mentioned that maybe she would plan to resign if this didn't go her way. But yeah, so the real threat right now is them exiting from the European Union without any deal. So essentially left on their own. Left to their own devices, and that's not what they want because these governments are so closely intertwined right now. Yeah,
there's lots of, I'm sure a lot of their business deals when it comes to like shipping or
international trade.
I don't know, maybe education. I don't know.
So Jake, what just happened?
So my phone just died. Sorry about that, guys. You'll notice it's kind of changed drastically, but adding on to the whole Brexit thing, there's, like I mentioned, there's so many different intertwined connections in terms of business with the European Union and the UK that I'm sure it's very messy.
Yeah. I mean, on a final point, trade around the world is a bit stressed right now. There's the US and there's Canada and there's
China.
The rest of the world. China, good point.
Yeah.
And I'm not sure something with Mexico as well with auto manufacturers. Anyways, it's not the best time for this to be happening. That's for sure.
Yeah. So, big news from that. I know a lot of you probably that are watching may not be from Europe and maybe from the States or Canada where we're from. And Sam, I was actually reading that. Recently, there was a new home buyers plan for Canadians to help you kind of get a house easier. Did you want to talk about that?
Yeah, I mean, oddly enough, I actually recently did some research on this. So, buying a home might not be as popular as it used to be, but it's always a very important goal for some individuals and some families. So, I mean, I'm not sure if everyone's aware, but the housing market in Toronto and the Toronto and Vancouver areas here in Canada, so they're not in the best position right now. Housing prices are not very affordable. And the government has stepped in with a new proposal where, as part of your first home purchase, they could offer you up to 10% towards the home, subject to you being able to foot up the 5% down payment. They say on a 400,000 Canadian dollar home, you're looking at about 200 Canadian dollars cheaper every month on your mortgage.
Now, you did mention, or I think I heard you saying that you do have to pay that 10% back on resale.
Yes, actually, you make a really good point. So this is very new, and this is by no means approved just yet, but it's a proposal of sorts as part of the federal budget. And one small caveat in there, and it's not fully confirmed just how this would work, but there might be an expectation that you don't pay it back immediately, but you do pay it back potentially upon selling the home. 1 year, 2 year, 3 years down the line, depending on your intention to live there, maybe to invest. So it's not you don't get off scot-free. There's a chance you'll have to pay that back.
Interesting. Well, I think they want to make home buying easier because they want the taxes from those property taxes. That's what that whole plan in 2001 or 2002 that George Bush did to make buying homes easier and easier, because in the back burner the bankers wanted to make more money trading those assets. But yeah, I can see why they're doing it, and any government wants more people to purchase homes in their state.
Yeah, exactly. And if you look at some markets, in Canada, in the U.S., and around the world, a large chunk of that market is real estate.
Yep.
So real estate is very important to economic growth and economic activity because of the sheer amount of money that changes hands.
100%.
I'm sure you're all aware, but just like the American dream, it is a Canadian dream to also own a home.
That's true. A lot of us, especially millennials, and we want to have our own space. So
Absolutely.
I guess they're trying to make that easier. But anyways, that is all of our topics today. I hope you guys enjoyed the second episode of the To The Point podcast. We're trying to make this the #1 stock market and finance news podcast out there. So leave a comment below. Let me know what you guys think, what you want to see. Do you want to have all three of us on, Sam and Ben? Do you want Sam and Ben? Do you want me and Sam? Just let me know what you guys think, what topics maybe we want to talk about. Be sure to hit that subscribe button and notification button for the latest updates on our YouTube channel. And check out WeTradeHQ.com. It is the fastest growing free social investor platform where you can meet other traders and other investors and just network. So once again, thank you, Sam, for being on the show. Thanks to our mannequin here wearing the cape. We haven't named him yet, but he'll have a name very soon. And yeah, thank you guys for everything.
Remember, Jake just mentioned, this podcast is for you guys.
Yep.
So if you want to pick a name for the mannequin, you let us know.
Leave a comment for the mannequin's name and the most, voted name, the most amount of same names. That's what we'll name him. So
you got it.
Be sure to do that. Anyways, guys, I hope you guys enjoyed this podcast. Have a great day and peace out.
Peace.